guys, it's Melanie, and today I'm going to be doing a tag video. It's called the behind the scenes YouTube tag video. Yesterday I was laying on the couch and I was scrolling through some of my subscriptions and catching up on some videos, and Lisa over at Blushing Shades of Beauty, if you don't know Lisa, I will leave her channel link down below. She's also a mommy and she just kind of does YouTube as a hobby on the side, and I don't think I ever really comment on her videos, but I watch a lot of them, so Lisa's just really great. She's just very passionate about makeup, and I believe she used to be an esthetician before she switched over to being a stay-at-home mom. But anyway, if you're not subscribed to her, definitely go subscribe to her. But so she did this video and I thought it was kind of interesting. You know, when you watch people on YouTube and you don't make videos, sometimes you have random questions that pop into your head, or, you know, even when I'm watching other people do videos, like I have things that I sort of wonder about in terms of like, you know, like what kind of camera, like how do they set their recording schedule, like do they edit their videos using the YouTube editor, or do they use iMovie or stuff like that? So I thought it'd be kind of different to share like sort of what my behind the scenes YouTube life looks like. YouTube is definitely just a hobby for me. So I really enjoy it. It's a great creative outlet and I love the interaction with you guys. So yeah, I don't do it as my job, so some of my answers may come across as kind of like womp womp, but they're honest. So anyway, let's get started. I do have them listed on my phone here, the questions that is. So the first one is, what camera do you use? So I picked up a Nikon Coolpix, I think that's what it is, at Costco when it was on sale for like $100. So I've always used Nikon cameras. I find them to be really easy to use. I am not someone who has an inclination towards technology. Like, computers freak me out, cameras freak me out, like anything where you have to press a button where something could go horribly wrong and like you could destroy a piece of equipment freaks me out. Now that's a little bit overboard, but like the Nikon cameras are great because it's just like, it's a point and shoot, it's lightweight, it's easy for me to transfer the footage from my camera to my computer. I've never had an issue with it. It's just super easy to use. I have definitely had requests to get a better camera with better quality, but to be completely honest, because this is just more of like a hobby than anything else for me, I can't really justify spending $1,500, $2,000 on a camera. I definitely look at those cameras because they look fantastic, and I'm sure the quality of my videos would improve greatly, but one, those cameras intimidate me, and two, I just, at this point in my YouTube career, like I just can't justify having an expensive camera like that. And this one works really well. So it makes like tutorials and stuff a little bit more difficult, which is why I don't really do a bunch of them. But I think for my, you know, like everyday stuff, it works just fine. What editing system do you use? So this is kind of embarrassing because for Christmas, Craig actually bought me a MacBook Air, and it has iMovie on it. And I have literally since Christmas Day been trying to figure out how to use iMovie. Like I said, am like a technology idiot. I'm just not inclined that way at all. And so I'm really struggling learning how to like even like import the footage, how to piece it together. I think I need to sit down with someone who will give me a tutorial on how to do it. I'm very much a visual learner. And I know some people have said like, watch YouTube videos, you idiot, like it'll teach you how to do it. But I feel like I need someone there so I can ask them questions as they're like showing me what they're doing. Like I need a very interactive learning environment versus like just watching someone do it on a screen. Like I need someone next to me saying, okay, so here you do this and this is why you do it, and if you make a mistake you undo it like this. So I still am using the YouTube editor, which is a very basic editing system where you can link different clips together. And so when I record my videos, and I need like a break to like, you know, do my lashes or whatever, I actually turn the camera off and then I just start like, you know, recording again when I'm ready to go. And then I link those different things together using the YouTube editor. And that works just fine. It's not as cool or as smooth as like, you know, people who use Final Cut or like the iMovie, but it works for me. Do you use artificial or natural lighting? I only use natural lighting, so my time frame for recording videos is it has to be during the day, which is difficult because I have Stella, and Stella is, she is no longer, sorry, I have like a hair that's like itching my nose. Stella is no longer taking naps, and so I have to record videos when I have her busy doing something, and normally she's pretty good and doesn't interrupt, but, you know, sometimes she does pop in and out of my videos, but in order for me to use the best possible lighting that I have access to, I need natural light. I have a huge window in front of me, like this window is enormous, and it's in the front of our house, so I get really good lighting here. Sometimes it's really bright. Like today I have the blinds actually turned almost all the way up so that like I'm not completely blown out, but I really prefer natural lighting over artificial lighting. Even when I watch people's videos, when they use like the ring light and stuff, I can see the circle in their eyes, and for some reason that kind of like bothers me. It doesn't stop me from watching their videos, but I just kind of focus on like the circle in their eyes. It just kind of weirds me out, but I think that when we move to our new house, I don't know when that will be, we don't have a new house picked out, but depending on where my new setup will be, I may have to get some type of lighting, I don't know, but right now, natural lighting is working just great. What is the top item on your filming wish list in terms of equipment and plans? So I really would like to eventually get a nicer camera and be able to learn how to use it. But going back to, you know, question number one, like I kind of like having a very basic camera setup because I have become very comfortable using that. And again, technology makes me a little bit, gives me a little bit of anxiety, but I would love to someday have a nicer camera just to be able to take, you know, better footage and then also take nicer pictures of like Stella and stuff. You know, I use this camera to take pictures of Stella as well, and it's okay, but you know, I see other people taking pictures of their children using like these much nicer cameras, and the photos are so much more crisp, and you know, like you see like every single eyelash, and you know, this is okay, but it would be nice to have a nicer camera. So eventually, yes, I would like to have a nicer camera. I don't have one in mind. In fact, when I eventually do decide to like go for it, I'll probably just go to Costco and talk to someone there and see what they recommend. So I don't have anything in mind right now. What is your favorite day in the week to film? I don't have a favorite day to film. I film almost on a daily basis. So when I upload a video, there's a very good chance that I recorded it that day or the day before. Sometimes I will try to knock out 2, if I can push it 3 videos in one day, especially if I know that I'm going to have some stuff coming up in the next few days to where I can't record and I want to be able to upload at least 5 days a week. So, you know, basically any day of the week is a good enough day to record, with the exception of the weekends because Craig is home, and when he is home, I like to spend time with him and with Stella together, and so I try not to record on the weekends. Plus, it's a little bit awkward recording when he's in the house because Craig knows that I do YouTube, but we don't ever really talk about it, but I think he thinks it's kind of funny that I do this. I don't know that he really sees the point in it. I mean, he knows it's like an outlet for me, which is great, but I think he maybe thinks it's like a little silly to talk to yourself in a room about makeup. I mean, when you say it like that, it's very silly. Do you plan your videos? If so, how? Yes. So I will usually at the beginning of the week sort of make a rough game plan on what I want to record that week. Obviously, sometimes things don't work out and, you know, certain videos I have to push off for whatever reason. But for the most part, usually on Sundays, I will try to sit down and get like a rough sketch of what I want to do. And then sometimes I'll get to a day where I'm supposed to be doing a specific video and I'm like, I just don't feel like doing that. Like, I don't feel like talking about that, and I feel like talking about this. So today, for example, I was going to record the what's in my shower video. I'm kind of nosy about that when I go to other people's houses, so I thought it'd be a fun video to do. But I just didn't really feel like doing it. So I watched this video yesterday of Lisa's and decided that I would rather do this. So it's flexible, but I do try to have a rough game plan. How long does it take you to film an average video? Probably most of like my average videos are right around like 15 minutes or so, 15 to 20 minutes. And it'll usually take me about a half hour to record because sometimes I have to start over. If I really start stumbling over my words, I just stop and I take a few minutes and I like recoup and I just start over. Because I don't know how to use the iMovie where I could just like, you know, if the first 15 minutes or if the first like 10 minutes of the video was great and then I started stumbling, like if I knew how to use the editing system, I could just use that original like 10 minutes and then piece in like the rest. But because of the way that I do it, it just like, I don't know, it just doesn't work that way. I have to like start completely over. And I don't really mind doing that because for the most part, I can get things done in one take. It's rare where I will get to like the end of a video and I'm like, I don't like the way that I just said that last sentence or something. So for the most part, probably about a half hour for most 15 to 20 minute videos. How many hours do you spend editing an average video? Not a lot because like I said, I don't use iMovie. When you piece footage together using the YouTube editor, like it just takes a while for the video to publish, and during that time I will fill in like the description box. And a lot of times I can just do copy and paste, especially if I recorded several videos in a day. I can use most of the same descriptions and links and stuff in those videos as well. So I would say probably on average, from the time that like I plug in my camera to like transfer the footage over until I hit like publish and it's out to people, it's probably like about a half hour. So I mean, it's definitely a little bit of a time commitment, but it's not a crazy time commitment because I don't use those fancy editing systems that most other people use and that I actually have on my computer now, but I don't know how to use. Favorite types of videos to film. I love to film reviews. Most people don't really watch reviews all that much anymore, which bums me out. I started out my YouTube channel just exclusively doing reviews on products and like hauls and then reviews on those hauls. Those are my favorite types of videos to do still. Sadly, they don't get nearly as many views because most people don't want to watch a review on like one mascara. You know, and so sometimes I will try to group several things together, like from a specific brand, or if I buy something really expensive, it's still a review, but I call it a worth the splurge, which more people tend to like gravitate towards. You know, because I want people to get the information, but if they're not grabbed by the title, they're not going to watch it. And so I've been having to kind of like rework that a little bit. But just, you know, like doing reviews is really my favorite thing. Friday favorites are probably my like all-time favorite videos to do though, because it really does allow me to round up products that I really enjoyed throughout the week and just continue to remind myself, I really like this. I need to continue to use it. I need to use it more often. I need to talk about it more in my videos. So do people at your school or work know about your channel? So this is kind of funny because there are some of my friends that know that I make YouTube videos and a lot of them don't. I don't like post links like to my personal Facebook page, and I don't like broadcast to everyone that I know that I make YouTube videos. It actually kind of freaks me out that some people that I know that I make YouTube videos, and I don't know why. I'm not like embarrassed about doing this, but I am aware that it's a little bit strange. And I guess that's where a little bit of that embarrassment comes from. It is really weird to sit in a room and talk to a camera. Like, knowing that you're talking to a bunch of different people, but like they're not actually there at the time that you're recording. And so that is a very weird feeling for me. That's the one thing about recording that I've never quite gotten over. And so that's why I don't like broadcast. I could probably have a ton more subscribers if I would just use like my real life networking system. Because, you know, like I know that some YouTubers like hand out business cards and stuff to people that they meet, telling them to like go check out their channel. I could never really imagine myself doing that. It's definitely a great way to grow your channel. But for me, like, you know, I think that your friends and family sometimes judge you a lot more harshly about what you choose to do. And I don't think anyone would like say like, oh, this is a terrible idea. This is, you know, stupid. But I think they would think it's just funny. And I guess that's a little bit embarrassing to me. So that's why I don't broadcast it to everyone that I know. But I have had some people find my channel and they're just like, you do this? That's so funny. You know, and then like, you know, people have also said, that's really cool that you do this. Like, that's awesome. You know, I know that you've always been good at makeup and you've done makeup on other people. And, you know, it's great that you have a larger platform now. But for the most part, it's still like my parents don't know. I've never told my mom because I think she would be one of those people that just be like, you do what? So, yeah, I think, you know, I think my sister-in-law, I think my nieces know, but no one ever really talks about it. They just don't. It's kind of a weird thing. Like, sometimes I wish I could just, like, come out of the closet and be like, guess what I do, guys? It's really fun for me. I love it. It's a great creative outlet. I've met a lot of amazing people, like-minded people this way, but I don't know. I guess it's just kind of, I still think it's weird. I've been doing this for 5 years. In May, it'll be 5 years, and I still think it's kind of weird. So I guess then, there's that. Next question. What is your process of thinking of video ideas? I literally just like go inside my brain and I'm like, what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about hourglass blushes. How can I turn that into a video? Well, it's expensive, so maybe I'll make it a worth a splurge. Like, that's kind of my process. Like, I think about like the makeup stuff that I have and how I can present it to you guys. And I think about how I shop. And so I show high-end things and I show drugstore things. So I try to like have a nice balance of the two. And I'm constantly trying to think of like drugstore ideas and videos and like products to showcase you guys and high-end products that I think are worth spending the money on. And so really I just kind of go inside my head and I'm like, what do I want to watch on YouTube? And sometimes I get inspiration from other channels. Like if they do something, I'm like, oh, okay, I could do that, but I could put this twist on it and make it something slightly different and maybe make it entertaining for you guys. So really, it's just like going in my head and my tummy is growling. I need to eat lunch. Do you feel awkward filming in front of other people or in public? Yes, I do. I have done some vlogs before, but I've never done them out in public because I would laugh at myself. If I saw someone like walking around like with their arms like outstretched, like talking to a camera at like the mall, I would be like, what the F are they doing? If I didn't know about YouTube, I would be like, what the F are they doing? And so I like putting myself out there, but then I don't like overly putting myself out there, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to come across as a weirdo. But I also, you know, want to be able to share different parts of my life with you guys. So usually when I do a vlog type video, it is on days where I'm at home with Stella, and that makes those videos a little bit boring because we're at home. But, you know, Stella and I do go out a fair amount, you know, like she goes and does different like classes from time to time, and you know, we go visit friends and stuff, but I would never assume to like go over to my friend Melissa's house with my camera and be like, here I am vlogging my day, you know, like, and then having to like ask permission, like, is it okay if, you know, your kids are in this video? Like, it's just kind of weird and different to me. Not bad. It's just, you know, I'm just not super comfortable with it, I guess I should say. I'm probably coming across as really judgmental. I'm not judgmental about it. It's just for me personally, it just makes me feel a little bit funny what people might be thinking about me. Where I live, it's like the city of weirdos. We are known as the city of weirdos. So it probably nobody would look twice at me where I live and think like, what the hell? Some people might, but most people would be like, oh yeah, that's perfectly normal. You know, look at the guy over here riding the unicycle down the street. Like, that's probably a lot more funny than me recording myself at Safeway, but who knows? Do you and your YouTube friends plan out videos together? So my friend Stephanie and I, we talk every single day, and we definitely go back and forth about different video ideas and, you know, ideas for collaborations and stuff like that. But other than that, you know, unless I'm doing a collab with someone, like I've recently come out of like my collab bubble and like have started asking people if they're interested in doing collabs with me. It's one of those like very middle school things where I was like, I'm never going to ask anyone because they're going to be like, no, why would I want to do anything with you? You know, like, I don't know why I thought that, but I've asked a couple people in the last, you know, couple of months, and they've all said, yeah, of course, you know, like, and it's a great way for me to expose you to other YouTubers and for me to get a little bit more exposure, which is, you know, which is awesome because I love having new people come to my channel. It's just, it feels good and it feels like you are able to meet more people and just branch out a little bit more. So, yeah, when I do a collab, I definitely, you know, will plan things out with other people. What is your subscriber goal by the end of the year? Okay, so I know that this is always kind of one of those things where, like, people could probably be like, oh, you have goals? Like, you know, you said YouTube wasn't your job. YouTube is not my job, and I don't ever intend it to be, but I do believe in having goals in everything that you do in life, you know. I want to be successful at this. I want to be successful in my floral business. I want to be a successful mom, wife, daughter, all of those things. Like, I set goals for myself in every single area of my life because I think that's a good thing to do. You should constantly be reaching to do better, to improve yourself, to, you know, just better yourself whenever you can. So I have made it a goal for myself by the end of this year to have 12,000 subscribers. Now, if I don't reach that goal, I'm not going to cry. Like, it's not like I'm going to sit here and like sulk. You know, whatever, I'll move on. But I do think it's good for me to like strive for something because I'm very driven that way. I am competitive with myself, not so much with other people, but with myself. And I feel like I'm more productive when I have goals that I'm working towards. So 12,000 is my goal by the end of the year. We'll see if I get there. I'm at a little over 8,000 right now. I never thought I would be at 8,000. So and it's hard for me to imagine being at 12,000 subscribers, but, you know, I appreciate all of you guys, and I love the fact that some of you have stuck around from, like, the very beginning. Like, some of you have been with me since, like, 2010. That is incredible to me, because I know how fickle, like, people can be with their subscriptions. Like, you could delete me at any time, you know, which would be okay, because sometimes you just outgrow people, but sometimes it makes me sad, because there are some people that used to comment all the time and now I don't see their comments anymore. And so, you know, I think they may have moved on, which is okay, but, you know, like, I do miss people. Like, when I don't see my normal people commenting, I'm like, oh, you know, I kind of like think like, oh, are they okay? Like, you know, is there something going on in their life? Like, I worry a little bit, and that, you know, I kind of wonder what happened to them. And, but, you know, like, just know that I appreciate like every single person that I have, and but I do have that goal for myself, just because I think it's good to set goals in all areas of your life. Who do you tag to do this video next? I'm gonna list some people down below, so check the description box and see if I tagged you. I'm terrible at thinking names off the top of my head, so they'll be listed down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this entertaining and a little bit different, and you know, this is kind of a little bit about my YouTube life. It's not my entire world, but it's definitely a good chunk of it, and I love having this channel. Like I said, I never thought it would grow to where it's been right now, and I'm so thankful and appreciative, and I just really love this, and I hope that I can do it for quite some time to come. So thank you guys so much for your continued support, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.